Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ironside cast. With me, Matt, where we have a 3v3 for all here on Overloon. It's on the Eastern Front. Let's go for the players. We'll start with the Soviet Union. Within the service today we have Krakow without a commander. We have General Kaiser without a commander. And Vavrika also without a commander. I suppose we'll pick a commander soon. Within the Germans today, we have Nobby Gobs the Wehrmacht. We have Marriage to the Gateway, Mattcasting Tactics for the Waffen-SS. Finally we have Ip Navak as Panzer-Tactics for the Waffen-SS. Starting up with some Hitler Youth early on. Ooh. Also with some Shiba infantry here for the Mechanisierte. Looks like the SS is going for more quantity-based troops at the moment. Some cheap alternatives to fill up the front line. Probably to help counteract the fact that they're gonna get overmanned by the Soviets here soon. Two pioneers trying to get up to cover here. Sending it out into an engagement against the Serbs. But the constables soon start arriving. Let me just move my window here. There we go, because I'm OBS updated and I have to keep an eye on the new settings and such. I've also changed the limiter now on the game itself, so we'll see how that sounds compared to me. And I can always obviously change the sounds afterwards when I am editing, adding the intro and everything. Because that's the thing I know how to do now. Yay! You probably noticed that for like a year at this point. I just haven't really talked about it. Editing is not something I'm the best at, but I'm trying to learn something, I guess. And the Germans having a little bit of a firefight up here by the looks of it. And some good shots towards the Soviets, but the Soviets have kind of dug in. They'll last there for a very long time. But the Soviets lost the first initial engagement inside the town, which will certainly slow them down. Looks like General Kaiser has gone for shock. Nothing here from the other Soviet players, I think. And they're still waiting. The Panzer Mechanisierte and what from the Wehrmacht? Nothing yet. I guess both sides are going to play it a little bit slow. I suppose that is fine. Ooh, Soviets moving some more troops up here quickly. More Fonzaviki now rather than conscripts for the most part. But one conscript is trying to flank here, but they encounter some Mechanisierte Grenadiers. Quickly rushing behind some cover here. Germans using a lot of the urban terrain here to their advantage to move around. Protect themselves from the Soviets. More of the 9th are coming in as well. I like the use of cheaper troops here for the Germans. It will allow them to get a little bit more of a field presence. Sturm Grenadiers are just so expensive. Middle up here, the Hitler Youth are securing ground and fighting alongside the Sturm Pioneers. Trying to keep the Soviets at bay. But the Soviets bring up more Fonzaviki. So some more elite infantry, or well not elite, but more professional infantry anyway. So they're going for Tank Destroyer. Interesting. This should be an interesting sight to see.
Area secure. Hold the position.
The Germans are securing a lot of ground here. Coming inside the structure there.
MG squad awaiting orders.
Also Soviets behind that those sandbags. That'll certainly be a little bit of a problem for the Germans unless they can figure out a way to get through. But I guess they're just trying to hold them back anyway. But the Wehrmacht is having a long firefight down here. Wehrmacht should have the advantage here, especially long range like this. Lots of rifle fire coming in. And the Soviets need to bring up more infantry. They are losing models pretty damn quickly. We have a Maxim trying to get up on the flank here, which will certainly be a problem here for the Germans. They have no other troops coming in, so it's completely open up for the Maxim. And there it goes. Pretty suppressing the Grenadiers. Smoke grenade being popped though, that's good to see.
Bunker has been converted to an emergency medical station.
It looks like they've after send some Sturm Pioneers to help. We need to deal with that Maxim pretty damn quick. We'll use that structure to their advantage anyway, to try and support a little bit. No more Maxims are being rolled up here for the rest of the Soviets. More conscripts coming in as well. Up here the Serbs got pushed back by the Hitler Youth. Are starting to be equipped with some MG-34s. So they make their fighting a little bit harder. Now Maxim here. Able to pin down the Pioneers, allowing the conscripts to get close. Very brave of these three conscripts. They managed to get to cover. Green on them now. And Grey kills them. MG-44, or MG-42 actually arriving here by the Wehrmacht. That'll be a problem. That might be actually be a dead Maxim. Oh, looks like it might just make it. Yeah. But the Maxim had able to advise some suppressing fire. Germans cannot really get out of that area pretty easily. Maxim just pinning down the place. Has to reload though. It's quickly reloaded. Rifle grenade misses. I might have to give the Soviets the win of this engagement. They have to pull that MG42 back. Meanwhile, in the center, looks like the Soviets managed to push into the town. ESS has to figure out another way to hold this area. Oh, grenade hits the structure. That's not good. Let's slow down the Germans a bit. Well, up here, the Waffen-SS keeps digging in. As they have a firefight with more of the Soviets. So far, I think the Soviets have won out most of the engagements. Half early on in the center. But the map is still fairly spread even. Not really that much has happened yet.
Yeah, the rifle infantry squads are now available.
Let's see what happens next. More Grenadiers to come out to replace the Fox Grenadiers who pull back to replenish. So we're just trying to figure out where to go from here. Both Sovereign players have not picked a commander yet. Being a little bit conservative that way. Sabas having a decent chance out of the own, but the Grenadiers are getting some very accurate shots in. But the Grenadiers are dropping models. But now there's 2 Grenadiers though. Sabas have to pull back quick. Now there's an MG42 and 1 Grenadier squad. Looks like 48 HQs been set up here by the Soviet Union. There's also some shock troopers arriving into the town soon. There's going to certainly be a problem here for the Germans. Shock troopers are pretty damn good at what they do. As you would kind of expect of them, to be honest. I am recording this just after getting home from work and I'm drinking a nice glass of Coca-Cola. Well, it's not really Coca-Cola, it's just the standard store brand. But it's diet because I don't drink sugar sodas. I prefer diet, or lights as it's called here in Europe.
We have a mortar team available for deployment.
They're keeping the Germans at bay down there. But that 40 HQ, they could replenish that Maxim. And there we go, now they are. Can you per model? 20. Oh, yeah, that's why it would be. That's merged with the conscripts, I reckon. Plus, there's some fire tubes to replenish. Once we giving overrun here in the center, we also have an Untersturmführer for the Waffen-Assists. Oh, that's a great. That's a great. Touched out. Will the Panzerviki make it? Looks like he barely does. Also, 48 considered by the Soviets in the center. Yeah, by this shit. Body armor has been equipped here on the Maxim, but it has no cover. That's negative cover out there. That's not a fight he wants to take. And the Tito calling the Soviets here, force them further back. Or at least to move. So far the Germans have this area kind of held down.
The enemy is encroaching on our
Allowed to secure the center of the town again. Right grenade from the Grenadiers. Even the Sabers down, but they have lost all our models. Just one guy in MG42 left. Using the third guy's body as a support for the MG42, I suppose. Very morbid. Other Germans are pinning down. It's up to these 2 Grenadiers. So they are succeeded. They actually forced their Maxim back. And now the Germans have to just get out of there. And I don't think those Grenadiers are going to make it. That's going to be in the Maxim's range of fire. Oh, yeah, that's going to die. That's not going to be good. There you go down. Fairly quickly, too. Not a grenade. Artillery strike here from the Untersturmführer. Hitting the Soviet positions. See how it hits. Well, that structure's gonna be gone. It's on fire. It's gonna collapse. There it goes. And there's a lot of Soviets here now, including the shock troopers with double DPM. That's a lot of firepower in a single squad. I don't think the Sturmpaniers want to stay in that position for too long. They're under a lot of fire. See how they make shot to pieces in there. What's it being held here by a Soviet lieutenant now? Just gonna be a normal artillery strike. Nothing too special. Few ranging shots coming in, and that's gonna be a signal for the Germans to move back. Unless they're gonna want to be completely flattened. But the Soviet infantry is ready to move behind it, or at least digging in further. The Germans have dug in quite well. It'll be difficult for the Soviets to push up, I think. Oh, infantry fall off this gunner. Let's set up the machine gun still though. New gunner coming up. Molotov there from the conscript. Waiting to see how that turns out for them. Looks like it's at least forced the machine gun off. That's a start. They're trying to push up here, but they're under a lot of fire. Still no commander choice. No sovereign players with the commander yet. And the Germans are going to lose a lot of troops there. And then Max has done a lot of work here for the Soviets. But more German infantry from the Wehrmacht is pushing up to secure the ground. And to get a presence on the fields here. You know, the Waffen-SS troops continue to hold the town. Setting up a firing line here. Lots of fire. Even the Soviets kind of occupied. Assault shock troopers on the field, fully armed with PPSHs. Very scary squad, especially in the town here. They can beat practically any other infantry in close quarters. So you should not underestimate them if you encounter them. They are pretty damn good at what they do. Valentine tank arriving, as well as a truck. Here comes the shock troopers. Germans are holding on the side of that structure there. And they have cover. Now those shock troopers are going to be real hard. They are doing for Stalin. Getting up behind cover here. Doing a grenade assault. Oh, that's dangerous. That's real dangerous. And that might be enough of all these troops. And shock troopers just mowed them down. Yeah, shock troopers are pretty damn dangerous. Very elite infantry. Being equipped with PPSA just means they can suppress. Pull them back. Germans are just holding on up here still. Valentine tank has a hard time advancing, but it's a lack of tanks. It's probably fine for the most part, but those tank hunters are keeping it at bay. Panzerjägers, even though the Panzerbüchse is not going to be sufficient. Enough to scare the Valentine to remain at a distance. And here the Soviets have yet to pick a commander. Wehrmacht is still not picked anything out. I'm waiting to see what they pick. A Panzer IV-H has arrived on the battlefield for the Wehrmacht, so we'll see how that turns out for them. Max and keeping the Grenadiers pinned down. The rest of the Soviets also advance up down the streets now. Lots of Soviet presence. So it's digging with bunkers down here now. Gonna make it even more difficult for the Germans. Hack is rolling up to try and deal with that bunker, I think. Yep. Just need a few accurate shots and they can take care of it. But the Cisco is going to be used as an artillery piece. Yep, taking out the crew of the pack. And with that, the T-70 starts to advance. Realizing there's not a lot of danger at the moment. Panzerjäger also advances behind, but here comes the Panzer IV-H. Oh, T-70 barely dodges the strike there. And now the Soviets have to hope that Sis can get some lucky shots in. Explosive almost clears out the Panzerjäger there. There's a target on that bunker though, at least just a little bit. If German tanks are not accurate on the move, you need to stand still to really be accurate. Oh, Sis penetrates though. Gunner is killed in the bunker, but I have to pull that Sis, not that Sis, they need to pull that Panzer back. We're losing that over a bunker. Anyway, the Soviets are pushing up down the town again. Also with this 10% now, elite, experienced, holding infantry available to die Waffen-SS mechanisierte. Man to suppress the shots, but the shots just break suppression. And advance with the PPS Aegis. Germans are holding on to this area for now. The officer's holding the line with his Sturmgewehr, his bodyguards with their Gewehr 43s. So its shock army is just going to prepare for another push soon. Well, up here the Hitler Youth are still holding their ground. As the Soviets preparing more artillery. Still surprised there are no commanders here on the southern flank. What are they playing at? Wait and see what the other picks first and then arrange something from there. Just my assumption anyway. And the 10% has the MT42 with 100 rounds, which is pretty damn cool. They also have the Granatbüchse, so they have a Panzerbüchse that can fire a grenade basically. Like a grenade launcher. Really good for urban combat actually. It'll fire over ambient objects. As long as they know there's enemies there. Really good defensive squad, as you would expect of them. As you can see, he's firing there, or at least aiming. There we go, that's a grenade. Able to suppress the conscripts in seconds. 24-2 can do a lot of work that way. Here comes the shock troopers. They need to target them down quick. Raids are going in though. And these shock troopers are insane. Such a good score, for the cost, they have to be good. Like these guys cost 400 manpower, I think that's even more actually. Wait, I don't think I can tell actually. Yeah, 400 manpower. Yeah, that's pretty costly for a Soviet squad. Usually Soviets are not that expensive. But you can really tell. If you can say this is just really winning these engagements for the Soviets. Here the fight still continues. But the shock troopers do have one weakness. They have no anti-tank capabilities whatsoever. They don't have a satchel charge. And if you can avoid that, basically they are easy to kill for vehicles. Panzer IV is trying to advance down here. Lots of Panzer IVs being prepared. That's kind of the advantage of the Wehrmacht without picking a commander. They can still get the Panzer IV-H, which is fairly reliable. They don't have to fret too much in the armor department. They still have to specialize to get better tanks, obviously.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
What's it been calling here? Now these shock troopers, these are the basic ones, do have an AT grenade, but it's just the basic one. They're not, still not as efficient. Lots of action going on here. Lots of grenades being exchanged. Mthis is staying there despite being heavily wounded. 10% are grabbing any equipment they can off the ground here, good to see. Need to get these weapons handed out quickly. But the Soviets gonna pick this one up because the squad already has a weapon upgrade. Panzer IV-J is arriving on the northern flank here for the Germans. So they might be paying for some kind of panzer assault to try and get some ground back. So it's not lacking in probably AT equipment up here at the moment. And then one CIS gun. The Panzer IV-J is burned ready to try to overrun some kind of Soviet position. But as soon as I pick the commander, it's going to be motorized. Getting the Emcher soon, so a Lend-Lease Sherman. Let's see what the Germans pick to counteract that potentially. Because they'll soon realize they're dealing with Emchers. High explosive round being loaded. Oh, good high explosive round there. You don't have the smoke canisters prepared. Looks like the Panzer IV does back off safely. So the Soviets remain fighting here in the center. John's trying to push up here. Such good infantry squad. They're also one of the, I think the Shorters are the only infantry in the game that has an armor stat because of their body armor, which allows them to basically be impervious, not impervious, but take very reduced damage to long range from small bullets, which makes them quite unique. 10% still trying to assault him. That's a lot of 10%. Trying to do their best in this kind of environment, but they're not really equipped for close-range combat. You will need to get some MP40s for that, I think. They're more equipped for dealing with, like, holding an entrenched line at the moment. Companies are waiting to get into position here. Here comes the shock troopers. Going down the stone pioneers in seconds. As I said, the shock troopers are scary. You want to be very cautious around them. And also the Wehrmacht goes for Panzer, so we have double Panzer here. So you might see some heavy tanks here for the Wehrmacht. Might even actually see a King Tiger if we get that far. And here's being pinned down out in the open though. Panzer Force ready for action again. All preparing to advance here. Have to be cautious though. MCHA is nearby. MCHA is fairly decent. They're also all clumped up. You don't want to clump up your tanks. Makes them far easier to hit. And also stuff like that happens where you use the gun and they block each other's movements. You need to keep a respectable distance between each tank. One Panzer IV goes down to assist shot.
Our Panzer forces have been reduced by 1.
Here the shock troopers. Actually, those are Panzerviki. Barely won that engagement. What is the Mthis going to do at this point? You need to get some more equipment that's suitable for this. Now the Mthis is also pushing up with their tank slowly. At least their command tank. Probably trying to call in some kind of artillery on the town. At least that's my assumption. The Panzer Force pulling back for repairs here to the Open Blitz. They set up a little bit of a repair station here for them. Very well played. Also double pioneers here. None of them with the repair upgrade though. I really recommend getting the repair upgrade if you're gonna really focus on getting your tanks up and going again quick. As they really boosted. Lack of cover here for the Grenadiers. And Panzerviki are taking very good care of that. Using double EPM to their advantage. That's a lot of SS. And here comes the shock troopers with PPSHs. And I think he realized what's going on. He has to pull back quick. Those are veterans see 5 shock troopers. You do not want to engage those guys in close range quarters. Close quarters combat anyway. See how powerful are they? 40% increased accuracy. That is absolutely insane. They are such a menace. Oh, we also have an SU-85 up here, an SU-85 Modern. That's what the M stands for. Oh, fails to penetrate the J though. That's not gonna happen a second time, they just have to pull back. You need to be very cautious when facing SUs. They can put the hurt in on you very quickly. Go down here, the Panzer IV is having issues against the MCHA and a Katusha. Ooh! Just bringing all the artillery now, at least some rocket-based ones. Clearing out the pack and immobilizing, almost immobilizing this Panzer IV. It might actually be immobilized, let's see. Yeah, it's stuck. That should make it an easy target if the Search try to advance, but they aren't at the moment. They've been called in. So they've been called in return, no Capitan though, so we aren't gonna see the super heavy stuff yet. Just basic mortar rounds. These shock troopers are really fighting the environment they specialize in at the moment. No wonder they're just destroying everything they face. We do see a Panzer IV being prepared here now, which will be a problem for the shock troopers. As I said before, they're not really equipped for dealing with tanks. That is not their purpose. They're meant to deal with infantry in these kind of environments. That's a heat round, I think. Yep. Destroys the cover. It's not really intended to be good against infantry, but it can do some work. There's the Sis gun down the road, though. Tank one's coming around the corner. But they target them down very quickly. As long as they stay near the tank, these Panzer Grenadiers should fight really damn well. They need to stay close to it, though. The tank's moving pretty far up. It's just going to make it easier for the Sis to fire, but the Sis has been pinned. They need to stay near the tank. Need to pull that one squad back. can see how well the Frenchburg do when they're fighting. Oh, still, they have no cover here, which really does do them a little bit of a disservice. They're also kind of blocked up in the street, which makes the bullets very easy to hit them. Because if a bullet misses one model, they'll probably just hit another model. This gets cleared out. So that's a man that quick, but the Germans need to get that Panzer IV fully repaired first. I think the Frenchburg... Oh, they cannot repair. It's some other Panzer here I'm thinking of.
Prepare yourselves!
Germans are slowly having issues up here now. And HU-85 is certainly being a problem. But so the Serbs have been able to push further up because of the MG42. You see a Siberian infantry arriving now. Very high quality lean infantry. But they're best used in winter. They're not really that well equipped for this kind of environment and fight, I guess. They can do decent. They're pretty damn accurate long range. We do see Panthers now coming out. You already have a Panther on the southern flank arriving for the Wehrmacht. And Panzergrenadiers also now arriving, being equipped with weaponry. Sturmgewehr and MG44s. And a good little trench there they can hold off in. Up here looks like the Frenchburg are doing another assault. They need to use cover. There's not a lot of cover out here in the open though. Churchill's coming around the flank. Oh, the smoke is in the way. That could have been real bad if not for the smoke. You can see the tank can really just tear through them. Artillery being called in. I'll keep us conscripts to reinforce. We'll see us soon. Yeah, wait, 14? Huh. I guess if your rifle they're cheaper. At least what I'm assuming. Now that there's Panthers on the field, the Soviets gonna need to work a little bit harder to get rid of them. They might need to get those SU-85s relocated elsewhere. When IS-2 is being prepared now. Yes, some O'Donnell arriving on the field in their armored car. Some elite Soviet recon infantry. But Germans are trying to push through. They're still blobbing up though. You really do not want to blob up. You really do not want to blob up at all. So they're somehow not being suppressed here. I wonder if they have some kind of modifier for a little bit that made them unable to be suppressed. But now they can be, and they might actually be into them. But they will secure 1 point. They even forced to max him out. Damn. Armored car gets cleared out by the Panther. A lot of back and forth here. Oh, that's a big artillery. That's a Capitan calling in a 122mm barrage here. The Germans do not want to stick around near that. This could be disastrous. You can see what the Germans do about it. Or if they just take it on the chin. Mantank is trying to call in that artillery from their own. And they lose the tank because of that. Soviet artillery barrages are pretty damn intense. Crew did survive though, but I don't think the barrage got off.
Where do you need us? HUG ready. Men ready.
Oh, officers to be very careful there. Half is on the field and ready though. Half down here is also being a problem. We're not doing it as the tank grenade hits the terrain though. And the force have to be mostly destroyed, however. I suppose one being shot through the barrage. That's a good hit in, but doesn't destroy much but the cover. But the Panther is going to be very hard for them to deal with. This looks like the MG got destroyed somewhere. Probably by the Panther, to be honest. Or I missed it and it happened much earlier. And it's destroyed down there. Yeah, the Soviets having issues dealing with this Panther. Mthis is still doing some pretty decent deflection damage, which will chip it down over time. And the Panthers are staying its welcome a little bit. Just one penetrating shot and it would be a very big problem. There's also the assist down here. But the Panther backs up safely for repairs. By the time the Fwinsberg is still fighting. We need to get that Panzer IV ready again. Bushok was going to get around here. Fwinsberg do not want to take that fight, especially in the close quarters like that. We've been shocked to make that move. Ooh, Storm Pioneers don't want that fight. Ooh, Great did do some good damage on them though. Also it's in the southwards. The Panther and Panzer Force ready for action. Panzer Force spearheading for the Panther. Ooh, Panzer Force takes a big hit though. There's the Veterancy Force Sis. That's pretty damn good at reloading. Panther's ready to overrun it though. Ooh, that's fragmentation grenades. This team has been cleared. Now this is a big problem for the Soviet Union down here. The Mthis is coming up to follow up behind us. Panzer Grenadiers and the MG42. If the Panzer Grenadiers can push up through behind this, they could do a lot of work. We do see an ISG 122 being prepared, which can counteract the Panther somewhat. It's just opening fire. Gonna force the Germans to move quickly. Force the Panzer Grenadiers to advance. But they're pinning down the Panzer Grenadiers. They have to pull out. They do not want to stay there while suppressed. Panther remains around and operational, but he has the IS-2. He's moved southwards to support. He wants to get rid of this Panther quickly. Town, the back and forth continues. We see another Panther being prepared behind us. Even the Panther is going to struggle against the IS-2's frontal armor. The North looks at the issues, trying to make a push. They're mostly dealing with the Panzer Force, but the issue is not really meant to be an assault vehicle. And they also have to deal with a Panther over there. Oh, is that an Immergrün? Ah, the Germans sitting on an Immergrün. That could actually help them win the engagement. That is a really heavy howitzer. 15 centimeters. Königsberg is still having an issue fighting out in the open like this on the open street. But their sacrifices are certainly being an attempted use here. I like the Panzer IV just waiting here behind the street corner. It's good for covering the area. Yeah, this is gonna really hit it. More artillery goes in. IS-2 is relocating back to the town. Mthis gets cleared out. But shock trooper does survive. And here the Germans are preparing for another push, so you should probably wait for that other Panther, and I assume they will be. IS-2 pushes up the street. They do lack stuff to fight the IS-2 here in the town. But the Königsberg do have some pretty damn good anti-tank grenades, but they have to get up close. Oh, this could be very risky. Oh no, I don't think the Germans are in position to deal with this. Germans are going to need some support. Panzer needs to take the shot. They are suppressed, or were suppressed. There's two backs off. And with the Panthers fighting down here, but it's the ISU 122. Firing a AP around the deflector, but you see the deflection damage. That shows how big that gun is. I think it's the same gun as the IS-2 actually. Makes it very dangerous. Panzer IV cannot take this fight. The Germans need some more support against this IS-2 in the town. So the Panther went down. No. Oh, that's the Panzer IV that went down there. Yeah, the Germans need some support against this IS-2 ASAP. You cannot fight this thing so easily. The Panzer IV is certainly trying though. I'll give it props for that. Oh, but there it goes. High explosive round goes straight into it and destroys it. Alright, that's just the high explosive round is just so powerful, it just flattens the tank. Sets off the ammunition aside. Immergrün is trying to fire back though. Just opening fire somewhere. Hitting the southern flank of the Germans again. Second IS-2 is going to be arriving soon, which will certainly give the Soviets a little bit of an armored edge. And the Immobilien is most certainly stopping the shock troopers from being effective when they hit near them. Obviously, these 10th SS is not really assault infantry. They're defensive infantry. They're supposed to hold the line, not assault one, and I think that can be kind of felt. Assaulting is not really their purpose. I'm pretty sure they consider static infantry. They're real good if they're in an entrenched position. I have the SS trying to push up here. Keep the youth a little bit more assault oriented. He destroys the cover and suppresses the shock troopers, force them back. We also have the House Stormfuhrer calling in some kind of precision barrage into the town. Oh, Mthis moving up here. Lots of artillery going in over here now. It's going to be a howitzer-based artillery barrage. Just trying to keep that Mthis out of Soviet hands. No, the Immobilien just keeps flattening the town there. Just doing their best to try and hold the southern flank here, but the Panther numbers are getting quite high. I think the Panther numbers can soon reach a critical point. I don't think the Soviets can actually keep them at bay. It's almost clear out the Maxim, and the last team actually does clear them out. Here comes the IS-2s. Oh, Panzer is trying to get to a down position. They need to move quick. Oh, it fell to hit! No, it actually hit, but it didn't penetrate. That is the frontal armor of the IS-2. It's one of the few allied vehicles that can reliably deflect Panzerschrecks. And that's what makes it so terrifying. It is so well sloped here at the front that the rockets just bounce off. It's honestly really scary for a German when you are generally reliable anti-tank rockets just don't do anything. That's why you should be terrified when you see an IS-2. You need something to immobilize it or get some kind of heavy gun. Or ambush it somehow, because just hitting it in the front is not really gonna work. At least reliably. And now there's two of them. They can cover each other. The Germans decided to abandon this part of the front. We need to get some kind of further support. Oh, Panther's been destroyed up here in the northern flank. Oh, and now this IS-2 is gonna run wild. We do have a Tiger tank arriving somewhere. It's up here in the northern flank. Has been very cautious on this protest, and then ISU 150, on issue 85 there. Oh, got a very good side shot now as it knows the issue 100. Oh, that might be the end of the Tiger. It really overextended itself. But one IS-2 did go down, but the Tiger also goes down. I'll go for the Germans. Veteran IS-2 still around though. Spread in the flank. Germans need to do something. They've lost a lot of Panthers though. That ISU 122 has done a lot of work. I think the Germans are losing a lot of their units. Oh no, ISU 122 is being repaired. If they can get the Frundsberg close, they can throw anti-tank grenades, but now it's too late. IS-2 is very, very hard to kill, yeah. As I said, there's an IS-2. The IS-2 is very dangerous. It's one of the few tanks where you can actually show up to the Germans and be like, actually shoving into their face that they don't have the armored advantage anymore. Like, the IS-2 with its AP round actually has a decent chance of beating a King Tiger, which should tell you just how strong this vehicle is. It's also very expensive. I think it's the most expensive allied vehicle in the game, actually. Yeah, that is a very hefty cost. 840 manpower and 230 fuel. Ooh, that fuel cost alone is insane for an allied vehicle. Hope when it's been remanned though. We still have that kind of going for them. Chargers are still threatening the flank up here now. But one IS-2 did go down though, which will slow down the Soviets a little bit. Goes to the Capitan now. He's not gonna have the overture, unfortunately. I rarely see people get the overture. Which is unfortunate, because I love the overture barrage. This thing is insane. Now the immigrant just continues to flatten the town. The Germans are gonna lose this town, and there's not gonna be anything left of it. Evidently. I assume this is somewhere in Poland or Eastern Germany at this point. IS-2 remains on the move here, fighting the German Northern Front. Another Tiger tank has been prepared. Oh, Panzer hits the side of the thing. Just gets Top Gun up. Another one, driver injured. Panzer's got a good side down the flank. They use the buildings to their advantage. As we will be able to back off, but it took some heavy damage. Heavy artillery strike is being called here by the Soviet Capitan. But he might get pinned before it happens. Oh, the Germans just decided to pull back. Oh. Oh, shit. Is that the Soviet Air Force? Oh my god, the Red Air Force is coming in. Any German tank that flies into this red circle, or you can see it a little bit here, will get bombed by the Soviet Air Force. I don't expect to see the Red Air Force here. This Tiger's gonna be in deep shit. So far the Tiger has dodged most of it. It's not gonna be able to dodge them further. And Germans don't have a lot of AA in the ground. They do have the flags from their HQs. That's not going to be enough. They're certainly trying, though. You know, the issues just remain as a big problem here for the Germans to deal with. The Germans can just back. Oh, it's not fully back out of the circle yet. If they spot it, those planes will be coming in again. Lots of infantry pushing here into the town from Maverick. They're kind of blobbed up still. Which I think this structure with double D game is going to make good use of. Take advantage of. As I said, these are not assault infantry. You can kind of tell. One plane goes down. First Jedi. Oh! Oh shit, we might be in Poland. We have the Polish resistance arriving. We have here Krakow. So we have the Polish Free Army. Well, then we're certainly somewhere in Poland. They even brought their own captive stock with them and a captive Kugelwagen with a Dushka on top. I guess they want to take part in the action now. Panzerstrike, if you use the maximum range in an assault version, but it's not really good way of using it. Just saying. It really is an ambush weapon. Oh, here comes the IS-2. Hitting and wiping out the Hauptsturmführer in one shot. And that the Soviets can begin to assault alongside the Poles. Mattcasting is pushing forwards. The Polish free troops are gonna fall up behind. Using the Polish version of the BAR, and they're also being equipped with some Tokarev SVTs the Soviets have provided. As the Poles support the Siberians as they advance. Lots of shots going in on the Germans overrunning the Sturmgrenadiers. Did not expect to see the Armia Krakow. Oh, how you pronounce it. That's cool to see the Poles. You don't get to see them very often. They're a unique backgroup available to tank destroyer. They're also a little bit too blocked up. And remember, when you are staying close, you want to get them away from each other. They are inaccurate when they're flying close to each other. Because the smokes obscure their line of sight. You don't want to blob up anti-tank infantry. Like Maverick, you need to keep your anti-tank infantry spread out. The more you blob them up, the less worthwhile they are. Because they will each affect each other's accuracy when they fire. They're not meant to be a blob thing. Looks like the Germans are running out of units. And there goes the Tiger tank. The Wehrmacht is still trying to hold the southern flank though, but I don't think it's going to last for much longer. More Katyusha rockets are going in. And I think the Germans are kind of being overrun here. They have brought a Tiger tank to the southern flank too. The Soviets are being quite effective here, just pushing. That's a blob. You do not want to blob. That's to say, you do not want to blob your tank infantry. That does not work. It does not work. Maverick, I'm trying to tell you, if you blob them up, they are less accurate. You need to spread them out. Oh. Ow. It says quite clearly on the tooltip for them that you do not want to keep them near. You need to spread them out. That's how they work. And here the ISU just pushes forwards. There's not much to stop it. The Polish is stuck and the Army Krakow falls behind. Yeah, you're still blobbing them up. As I said, you do not want to blob them up. Ooh, that's an artillery strike right now. And at that point, the Germans surrender. Looks like the combined Soviet and Poles have managed to push through. Hope you enjoyed the battle. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.